So I'm about to do my Disney College Program phone interview. So I'm very nervous. I'm a nervous wreck. So, the Disney College Program is a program for people who have a passion for Disney and would like to work there while they're still in college. So, I applied recently, last week, literally a week ago, and I applied and I found out within a day that I was approved for a web-based interview. So that was fun. That was the second step. First step was applying, second step was the web-based interview, and then after the web-based interview, you find out the same day or the next day if you get approved for a phone interview. And then I got a phone interview, and I got to schedule it, and the closest one I could do was today. And the best time I could do it was in an hour from now, half an hour to, they say it's supposed to be a half an hour to 45 minutes, I think. And you're supposed to be ready by the phone 15 minutes before, because the people could call 15 minutes before your allotted time or 15 minutes after. I think that's usually for people in other time zones, but so they probably will call on the exact time here since I am in the same time zone as Florida. But we will see. My notes taped to the mirror. Look at them all. Those are quite extensive. Yeah, I don't know why I decided that it was cool to make one of those. It almost looks like one of those maps that you pulled down in high school. Like, it's the size of one of those. It's humongous, and I guess that it's better to be over-prepared than under-prepared in my mind. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So wish me luck. I'm just kidding. It wasn't that bad. It was actually really, really helpful. And they called and they told me that it was only going to be about 20 minutes. And they tell you the length of the phone call and the questions they're going to ask you right away. The interviewer makes you feel so comfortable. It's so laid back. And I'm so happy that I followed the tips I learned online. I want to give some tips that really helped me. So, tip number 1 that really helped me was literally to smile. Just smile through the entire interview, because you can hear the difference in a smile. Not only you can hear the difference, smiling while you're talking to someone just makes you more confident in general, and you might have an answer you didn't think you did just by being more confident. So just definitely smile, and you're gonna need to smile anyways if you're gonna work at Disney World, so might as well practice now. Okay, tip number 2. Do your research. Have in mind the descriptions of the roles you want, because the questions they ask about your roles, you're going to need to know, like, situational information. Definitely you're going to want to know the responsibilities you have in an area, or you could potentially have in an area. You want to know different aspects of the job, if they require extra training. Like, one of the things I was interested in was lifeguarding, and the interviewer asked me if I was certified, if I had training in there in that particular field at all. Like, you need to have this information ready to go. And that brings me to tip number 3. Take notes. Notes helped me a great deal. I I didn't end up needing to look at them as much as I thought I might, because you write them down and it's like studying for a test. You make the notes and that's kind of like the studying. You have them in your brain, so you're prepared to answer the questions when they come at you. And luckily, almost every question I was asked was something that I researched, and it really helped, and I wrote it down and I make notes. Making notes was so unbelievably helpful. Which brings me to tip number 4. Tip number 4, I would definitely not keep your notes in a notebook. It sounds silly because where else are you gonna make notes? But I ended up typing all mine up, and like I showed you before, I taped them all together and taped them to my mirror, because it sounds silly, but the interviewer will hear you shuffling through paper to find an answer. I think that's tip number 5. When you're doing the interview, you definitely want to be in a space where there are no distractions other than you and your phone with the number that you provided them with, and your notes. Because I had my computer open because I checked my email to make sure of the time right before they called. I had my cell phone on loud because I used my cell phone number as my secondary form of calling just in case the first one didn't work. And I also, that was it. I didn't have anything else. But during my phone call, I got a phone call on the phone I was using. I got a phone call on my cell phone. I got a text message, a Facebook message, and a Snapchat. So you definitely want to let the people that you talk to most know that you're having an interview at a specific time and to not call you, because that was incredibly distracting to the point where I had to have the interviewer repeat 2 questions. Because so I will keep you updated on my experience. I will probably find out late August. Not late August, it's not even August anymore. I will find out late October if I get it. That's what they tell you. They do their first round of casting in late October. And I don't want to wait that long, but I think I will have to.